Reflection is the power acquired by a consciousness to turn in upon itself, to know that one knows. In reality, another world is born. All the activities of inner life shown here are the fruits of the newly formed consciousness as it explodes into itself. From branch to branch, we have seen how the psychical temperature of the cellular world had been rising for more than 500 million years. Finally, with the primates, the psychical makeups reach the borders of intelligence. Teilhard offers an analogy to help envision what happens when there is a change of state. When water is brought to the boiling point and more heat is added, what happens next, without further change in the temperature of the water, is a sudden change of state. Water turns into steam. The buildup of temperature may have taken a long time, but the change that happens at the boiling point is sudden and dramatic. Similarly, when the primate has been brought mentally to the boiling point, some further energy is added. Outwardly, almost nothing in the organs has changed, and yet, in depth, a profound revolution has taken place. Consciousness is now leaping and boiling within a space of supersensory relationships and representations. By a tiny tangential or physical change in the complexity of the brain, the radial energy is concentrated upon itself and takes an infinite leap forward. From the cell to the human, as from the atom to the cell, a consistent process, the constant increase of the within, continues without interruption. After the atom, the cell, and now, at last, we have the human person. These, then, are the building blocks of the universe. From now onward, what the pressure of evolution pumps up the main stem of the living tree of life is grains of thought. In other words, the cell has become someone. The birth of reflective thought marks a critical transformation. A mutation from zero to everything. But that birth is like the emergence of a baby from the womb. The newborn baby must still undergo continual change and growth before it becomes a complete, mature human. And so it is with humanity in general. The creature that first crossed the threshold of reflective thought was not yet complete, but a sort of proto-human. We came silently into the world, says Teilhard. In fact, when we first catch sight of humans, they're already all over the old world, from the Cape of Good Hope to Peking. The first human is, and can only be, a crowd. Our infancy extends over thousands and thousands of years. From the earliest human beginnings, we begin to fan out, slowly encompassing the sphere that we call the Earth. Humankind slowly becomes outlined and linked up. Slender and granular as this first membrane may be, a sphere of thought begins to close in upon itself and to encircle the Earth. Teilhard poses a question. Since the advent of recorded history, has evolution slowed or stopped? Quite the contrary, he answers. It has speeded up. Something irreversibly accumulates and is transmitted by means of education down the course of the ages. We saw earlier how planet Earth was first a molten barosphere, followed by the rocky lithosphere, and as the Earth continues to cool down, there is the development of the hydrosphere and atmosphere, and within that envelope, life evolves. This is the biosphere. From this envelope of living things, a glow ripples outward from the first sparks of conscious reflection. The points of ignition grow larger. The fire spreads in ever-widening circles until, finally, the whole planet is covered with incandescence. This is a new layer, the thinking layer. Teilhard coined a name for this grand phenomenon, the noosphere, the sphere of the mind. And so we have added another planetary layer, an envelope of thinking substance. In a way, this is simply a common sense observation. Saying that there is a thinking layer might simply mean that there are humans all around the planet. But the importance of this development is profound, because evolution does not stop with the emergence of reflection. With the emergence of the noosphere, the Earth gets a new skin. Better still, says Teilhard, the Earth finds its soul.